world.
And speaking of messages of tolerance, there were some ugly scenes over the weekend with the anti-Islam Reclaim Australia rallies, and then at those rallies there were other protesters there protesting against with an anti-racism message. And Andrew Bolt has a bit to say about that this morning.
He does, and of course, unfortunately, the message in this one that Bolt has taken is that not condemning the protesters, but saying if Islamic terrorism doesn't stop, you can expect more of these to happen. I just want to contrast this with the Sydney protests a while back that we saw in Hyde Park, which was, you know, all of us in the Muslim community came out and condemned it, rightfully so. That you know, I said they're buffheads that they were. But I've been quite disheartened. A lot of people in the Muslim community as well have been quite disheartened with the lack of condemnation for this protest that's happened. You know, Tony Abbott says that Muslim leaders have to apologise like they mean it, and we're always asked to condemn. But we haven't seen any condemnation from the Commonwealth about those protests that we saw on Saturday, which did get violent, and they were quite offensive and well, not offensive, but they were pretty tasteless, and it was pretty aggressive. So I think we need to keep the standards going. Because we have to, and I guess what I'm saying against what Bolt says, we need to condemn both sides. That is the problem, because when we don't, that actually leads to radicalisation.
I think there has been some condemnation from some quarters. I know in Victoria, where the rallies were probably their biggest, the government here has condemned both sides for the aggression. So
Victoria's always good in that. I did see that, but federally we saw nothing, unfortunately. Yeah.
Now let's go to Queensland.